what's going on, guys? It is bright out here today, but today I have a video that a couple of you have been asking for. So today I'm going to show you around my Evo. God damn, that sun's bright. I'm going to show you around my Evo and show you what it takes to make a 500-ish horsepower Evo. So this one is 545. That's on virtual dyno. That's not an actual dyno, like Dynojet, Mustang dyno or anything. Later on I do want to take it to an actual dyno to confirm the numbers, but usually with these cars it's around 10% plus or minus. So could be more than 545, could be 10% less, but it's a ballpark figure, and they're usually decently accurate as long as you put the right weight, tire size, all that stuff in there, which Jag Tuned, who tunes these cars, knows these cars well enough that the numbers I'd say are pretty accurate. So, and plus the mods that I have done to it are pretty common mods for around 500 horsepower. So first I'm going to start off with exterior mods. So if you don't care about exterior, you just want to know how much it takes to make a 500 horsepower Evo, I'll put this timestamp right here so you can skip ahead and do that. So first of all, we got the sticker. No, just kidding. I'm not going to go in any order of when I bought these or anything. I'm just going to whatever I point out first. Wheels, tires. The wheels are XXR 527s. They are 18 by 9.5, I think. Plus 22 offset, I believe. Don't quote me on that. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen right now, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So the tires, we have Hankook Ventus V12 Evo 2s. These are 265/35 18s. Front lip is just a cheap eBay lip. I think it was around 80 bucks or something like that, but yeah, if you've seen me install this lip in that video, I do not like buying expensive lips. I mean, maybe this would be all right. This car is not too low, but I wasn't sure how low I was going to go with this car, so I didn't want to buy something that was like 500 bucks and then rip it off on a curb or something. So the cheap one is fine. It looks fine. I painted it, although I do see a little chip right here, so maybe I'll have to repaint it in the future. But yeah, so like 80 bucks front lip. These side skirts are made by Diffusers and More. I'll have their Instagram, and if they have a website, I'm not 100% sure if they do or not, but great guy. I think he's a one-man army. Maybe he has a couple employees, I don't know, but it's a small place, so they make good stuff. Obviously you can get it with, and just so you can see how you can really stick it out as much as you really want to. This is about how much I wanted, about an inch, maybe an inch and a half. So you can do just the flat side skirt, or you can get the little winglet on here. I think the winglet looks kind of cool. Tail lights, cheap eBay tail lights. These are like a pretty much stock replacement. They just have smoked lenses on them. So the early Evos had the red tail lights, where this black part around them is red. The later ones have the black ones. Mine came with the black ones, but it didn't have smoked lenses, so I just bought these. These were a little bit cleaner than the ones that I had on the car. Other than that, not a whole lot going on back here. If you want to talk about the exhaust, I don't know if I want to include that in performance or not, but this is a top speed catback exhaust with a CPE downpipe. The exterior, there is really nothing crazy going on with it. I have a banner from Hard Tuned, and I do have a discount code with them if you want to check them out. Other than that, I painted these hood vents gloss black, and I painted the hood scoop gloss black as well. I like the look of that. That's pretty neat. So yeah, for the exterior, really not a whole lot going on. I'll go ahead and show the, I think, only thing that I have in the interior. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way. I have the Glow Shift triple gauge pod, pillar pod, with a Innovate ethanol content sensor. This was down here in this little cubby, but because I didn't have another gauge to fill it, I just moved it up here because I didn't want to have a blank spot. So got that. Got the wideband AM air fuel ratio gauge, and the glow shift boost gauge. I'm not a big fan of this because it doesn't, I mean, I can't really see it when I'm driving, so. But other than that, the interior is pretty much all stock. So I'll go ahead and pop the hood, talk about the performance mods. So this is where most of the money has went. I'll start with the turbo, I guess. You can't see it. The turbo is a custom hybrid turbo from Art Ganari Turbo. I think that's how you pronounce his name. If it's not, don't kill me. But he does a lot of turbos, and he's not as well known on the Evo X as he is on the Evo 9s and Evo 8s and stuff, but he does make some really good turbos, and it's performed pretty great right now. So I have that. It's a stock frame turbo. He'll send you this turbo, you take yours off, replace it with the new turbo, and then you send your turbo back to him so he can rebuild it for somebody else. It was around 1,300 bucks or something like that, so not too bad. It's capable of probably 600 horsepower, but if you want anything over 600, obviously you have to upgrade to something else, like probably not a stock frame turbo. But what I like about the stock frame turbo is it bolts up to a stock manifold if you want it to. I don't have a stock manifold, but you have all the functionality of a regular stock turbo with just more ass behind it, pretty much. So that's what I like. I like the drivability of it. It still has that small turbo feel where it doesn't have like a whole lot of lag before it hits boost. It's a good turbo, so I'd recommend it if you're looking for around 500, 550, somewhere around there. I'd go with that. On top of that, we have the TMP Motorsports titanium heat shield. Underneath that, we have the MA Performance stainless steel cast manifold with a coating on it. I'm not sure what the coating is, but it's some kind of black coating. I'm not an expert on that stuff, so you don't have to do this on Evos, but mine came with the plastic valve cover. I upgraded to the aluminum valve cover. Shouldn't be a problem on stock frame turbos, but if you start getting into tubular manifolds where the manifold is really close right here to the valve cover, then you might run into the chance of melting it. So I just went ahead and, just to be safe, got the aluminum valve cover, painted it white to match the car, and I think it looks better, and I don't have to worry about it melting or anything. We got the Password JDM carbon fiber spark plug cover, MA Performance upper intercooler piping. Lower intercooler piping is all stock, which is actually pretty surprising. I have the HKS SSQV blow-off valve right here. I've lost the bolt to actually bolt it down, so it just flops around a little bit. The intake is kind of a bunch of different pieces. So it's a ETS intake, but then in order to get over around 450, I think you have to upgrade to a 3.5-inch MAF housing. So it's an ETS intake, but I had to buy a new coupler to go to a 3.5-inch MAF housing, and then I still was able to use the filter that came with the ETS intake. So that's not a huge deal. There is a 3.5-inch Sheepy built intercooler, dual radium catch cans. So there's one catch can here, and these are pretty nice. These are expensive catch cans. You can get like cheap ones off Amazon for like 40 bucks probably, and mount them wherever you want, but these look nice. They got a little dipstick so you can check how much oil's in them. So there's one there, and then there's one here. So one of them is a PCV, one of them is a crankcase catch can, so you'll need that. You can see down here, the transmission looks pretty new. So I have a built transmission from Shep Trans, so built trans and built transfer case. So if you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know that I had a company install a clutch for me a couple years ago, and they ended up not filling the transmission up with all the fluid, or it leaked out. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but pretty much destroyed my transmission. When they drained the fluid out of it, there was only like half a quart of fluid in it. There was metal chunks, all kinds of stuff. So I ended up getting it built, and then the transfer case they said was on its way out. There was a little bit of metal shavings in it, but it wasn't that bad. So I went ahead and got both of them built. That was a expensive That was probably the most expensive thing on this whole car, but well worth it, so I don't have to worry about that stuff in the future. I think the weakest link on it now is either the stock block or the rear diff. So it's Evo. Yeah, there's a little kid over here talking about my car. All right guys, I'm back in the garage now. I'm pretty sure I hit everything that was on the car. If I didn't, I'll leave a detailed list in the description, and I'll try to have the links for everything so you can buy it as well. Yeah, it doesn't take that much to make a 500 horsepower Evo, and the stock blocks are pretty good for handling it too. So pretty much full bolt-ons and an upgraded turbo and you're good to go. You don't have to upgrade the transmission and the transfer case. It should be fine, but I did that because pretty much I had to. So I do have a few things coming for it. I have these wheels. These are TE37 reps that once I get some new tires, I'm gonna put on this car. 18 by 10, so these are a little bit wider. I'll probably still get the same size tires. I'm thinking maybe I'll have those for winter time, put some all seasons on them, and then I'll have these for like spring, summer, fall, and put some good sticky meat on them. But I do kind of want to see what they would look like, so I might try to mock them up real quick. Oh, they're a lot more black than I thought. So it's a charcoal gray, but they actually look black on the camera. So probably won't be able to tell how they will look until they're on the car, but can't go wrong with TE37 reps. And if you're wondering why I don't buy real TE37s, it's because they're expensive as fuck and I'm broke. But I did get a good deal on these. I got these like back around Thanksgiving or something. Like I've had these for a while, I just haven't got tires for them. So usually XXR is the plug. They usually give me these wheels for free, but I'm gonna try these out, see how they work, and then that way I can have a good set for wintertime. Even though now I have a Jeep, I don't really drive this car in the winter, so it doesn't really matter, I don't think. So I'm not sure. So I do have some stuff coming. Probably for right now, we're just gonna do like cosmetic stuff. I wanna take the car to the drag strip. I wanna see what it runs at the drag strip. I'm probably gonna go easy on it just because I don't wanna break anything. But we're just going to the drag strip to have fun. I know every time I go to the drag strip, somebody talks shit about me because I don't launch the absolute nuts off of it, but I'm not gonna break the car. It's not a drag car. I'm just going to the drag strip to have fun. Yeah, if it was a dedicated drag car and I built it to be a drag car, I would launch the absolute piss out of it, and if it broke, it broke, you know? But that's not what I built it for. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please help me out. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. That helps me out a ton. Leave a comment. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future, because I do want to get back into YouTube. I'm trying to post every Sunday is my schedule now. You know, anything else other than that would just be a bonus. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, make sure you drop it down below. I'll try to answer it, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.